Wow, this episode was outstanding. The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5 is so far my favorite, and we actually see AHSOKA Tano in live action for the very first time. We begin the episode with AHSOKA Tano searching for the magistrate, and we find out later in the episode why she is doing that. She gives her a day to decide if she would have to break into the place where everyone is at, or if she would just tell her, which she probably won't. But then there we cut to the Mandalorian landing on Corvus with the child, Baby Yoda. Once the Mandalorian lands, he goes to meet the magistrate, and the magistrate wants him to kill AHSOKA Tano. And then he hesitates at first, but then she offers something that is very tempting to him, a whole Beskar type of sword that is made out of Beskar that can actually withstand a lightsaber. So because of this, he says, where do I find her? And he goes off looking for AHSOKA Tano. Now, while the Mandalorian was searching to find AHSOKA Tano, we see Morai, which, if you do not know, that is the daughter who saved AHSOKA Tano's life in the Clone Wars Season 3, Episode 18 through 20, the last 3 episodes of Season 3 of the Clone Wars. I would definitely recommend you watching that if you are yet to see that. So right here we see Ahsoka meets Mando. She sees Baby Yoda, and they have a really cool scene with him and Ahsoka staring off to the sunset. Maybe she's having a conversation with him, perhaps, or she's having to reach into his head to read his memories of his past. And what I find most interesting is that we now know Baby Yoda's real name from this episode. It's going to change a lot here. Grogu. Grogu is Baby Yoda's name, as well as we know a lot more about his past. He was trained in the Jedi Temple of Coruscant by multiple Jedi Masters, and during Order 66 he was taken away and he was put in hiding, and then after that it goes to lots of dark memories. Now, we do not know for certain who actually took Baby Yoda away, but we do have some guesses and with some evidence. For example, he has lots of dark memories, so it could have been Palpatine who took him, or just a random clone. And what I personally think could have been Jocasta Nu, which she was a librarian that survived Order 66. She didn't survive long after, but she did survive the initial attack of Order 66. Now, the Mandalorian, of course, wants Baby Yoda to be trained by a Jedi, but then Ahsoka says he has too much of an attachment with Din. And she also says she's seen what this can do to somebody. Now, right here, she's actually referring to Anakin Skywalker when she says she's seen what too much of an attachment to something can do to somebody, what it can ultimately lead to. And she also says that she knows one of Baby Yoda's species, which is, of course, Yoda, which is name dropped in this episode. And here, she just leaves Mando and tries to go and fight the magistrate. But what actually happens is that he tells her that he was sent to kill her, but then he said he won't, but we need to team up. If I help you defeat the magistrate, you will have to promise me to train Baby Yoda. Or Grogu, I should say. I gotta get used to saying Grogu, if you know what I mean. So anyway, they go up there. It's really cool scenes here with so many different fighting styles that we see from Ahsoka. It's really awesome to see her in live action. And of course, Mandalorian is just doing his own thing, trying to rescue everybody. We see now, one of my favorite parts, we see Ahsoka with the magistrate. They kind of faced off for a while here without doing anything, staring at each other. But then here we realize that she does not want to kill the magistrate. She needs something from her. She needs information of somebody. And who the someone is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yes, Grand Admiral Thrawn. If you do not know who he is one of the main villains from Star Wars Rebels. Him and Ezra Bridger survived survived a really big attack at the end of Star Wars Rebels, but they were splattered into the galaxy with the Purgle somewhere to be found, and we do not know if they are found yet. He possibly could be. Ahsoka thinks that Grand Admiral Thrawn is alive, which it's going to be awesome, especially if we see him being actually played in live action, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Man, but he was actually one of my favorite characters. He was a very smart character, and he didn't have the Force, but he made it up for it by his smart strategic strategies. Now, at the end, once Ahsoka defeats and learns where Thrawn is, after this, the Mandalorian, it's a really sad moment with the Mandalorian saying goodbye to Grogu. It's like, you be good now and all that. But then Ahsoka says, I cannot train him because, like I said, he has too much of an attachment to you. But I can help you. And then we go and get another, it's kind of a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's poetic how he's having to go to so many different places. But this is going to lead to something awesome. Ahsoka tells the Mandalorian to go to the planet now of Tython. I'm going to make a separate video about Tython and all of its references from canon that we know of, and it is a very rich history of legends. One of the oldest planets in the Legends universe of Star Wars. Now, she says there's a Jedi temple here that Baby Yoda can choose his own fate. He can choose his own path, and if he gets lucky or fortunate, in that case, another Jedi perhaps could find him. But then she says, then again, there aren't many Jedi left. Now, what I want to know is, how many Jedi does Ahsoka know right now? Does she know of Luke Skywalker? Does she know of perhaps she does know of Ezra Bridger, but does she know of Cal Kestis? Or I can't really think of many others that we do not have confirmed answers that they're dead. Quinn LaVos maybe, but I think what would be awesome, especially like in episode 8 of The Mandalorian, is just seeing Luke Skywalker pop up and trying to save him. That would be a dream come true, seeing Luke Skywalker again. But this is gonna be. Cannot wait for the next episode. This is definitely my favorite episode that we have seen so far. Not only with AHSOKA TANO, but with so many things from Legends that they're bringing back in the canon. It is awesome. Can't wait to see what happens with Baby Yoda at the Jedi Temple. Hopefully they go straight to it, not another side trip. But I think they will, with only 3 episodes remaining, and especially I believe we will see Moff Gideon next episode. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I think you did. But in the meantime, may the Force be with you.